Welcome to Just Okay Reviews. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about The Last Jedi. Now, The Last Jedi. It was a pretty good movie. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of hate, a lot of speculation around it. It's because, I don't know, some people didn't like it. It's a movie. That's how it works. That's how it works. So, what did I think about the movie? We're gonna do things a little bit unconventionally here on my review channel. We're gonna rate things first. What am I gonna rate the movie? I'm gonna give the movie a 6 out of 10. Now, for all you school-going people out there, which is probably most of y'all, 6 out of 10 doesn't sound very good. Now, I want to tell you, 6 out of 10 is actually above average. The way school does it is below 50% is a fail, right? Below 50% in a rating system isn't a fail. It's average. 5 is average. It's right in the middle, right? So I'm saying that The Last Jedi was above average. Now, let's get into it. First category, the plot. Now, this is Star Wars. Everybody's seen Star Wars. I mean, most people have seen Star Wars. Some people haven't. It was a Star Wars movie. There was a villain, Kylo Ren, swole boy. And he was trying to kill the Resistance, the good guys. I mean, that's how a Star Wars movie goes. There's also the little side plot with Finn and that one lady that we all hate. The side plot was bad too. It was just a commentary on capitalism, but Disney's literally buying out all the companies, the companies. You get it. You're up to date. I trust my viewers. So, what did I think about the plot? Well, the plot, it was good. It was fine. It was a Star Wars movie. I was going in, I was expecting something like that. The follow-up of The Force Awakens, they're on the downfall, the rebellion's on the downfall, and yeah. Now, the problem I had with it was I didn't like how it all ended up, right? The whole scene with, okay, spoilers are coming, with the chick hitting Finn out of the way. It's we're not gonna beat him by killing those we hate, but saving those we love. But what Finn was doing was going into the laser to save everyone else. So, what? It just doesn't make any sense. She ended up, I wish she died, but she's just in a coma now. And, the romance, it was bad. It was a bad romance. There was nothing, sure, they spent a lot of time together. I spend a lot of time with my brother. I'm not gonna kiss that dude. I'm not. That's a little weird. Also, with the Luke side plot, it all seemed to kind of converge on one spot that didn't really have a big payoff. Okay, I will admit though, this isn't even the end of the movie though. When that one general lady, I'll get into her later, flies into the spaceship, light speeds that bitch, that was a cool scene. It was entirely silent in the theater. Quality stuff. Enjoyed that bit. At the end, there's not a lot. They escape, and then of course they escape. They're the good guys, but what else? Everybody expected that. There's no big payoff, right? And what I didn't like is I like when things do stuff different, right? What I wanted to see was they explored with Kylo Ren and Rey. They explored a bit of going to the dark side, or having a neutral side of the Force, no good, no bad, right? They kind of hinted at it. Kylo was yo, bro, let's neutralize all the rest of the Jedis and just let's just do it our way. Just us two will rule the galaxy. And she thought about it. You saw it. She thought about it, But then, like, the next scene later, she's like, nah. So I would have liked to see a bit of gray area, but what can you do, right? I mean, what do I know? I just make okay reviews. The characters. So, this is where I didn't like The Last Jedi the most. The characters were lacking. Finn was, like, left to go off and talk about capitalism. Rey was explored the most. Obviously, she's the main character, but not a lot new happened, right? There wasn't a lot of development through the story. Like, how a character arc usually works is somebody has an opinion at the beginning of the movie, they go through, and at the end of the movie, it's different, right? So, again, it would have been cool to see Rey with a different opinion on how the Force works, right? Having a neutral side, you know what I mean? But that never happened. The one chick that nobody knows, I don't even remember her name, that went off with Finn. She's the worst character in the movie. Nobody, like, right? I really didn't like her. And then the Silver Stormtrooper, like General whatever, she seemed like she was gonna be a major character in The Force Awakens, was barely explored. Same thing with this movie, except now she's dead. Like, it's over. Game over. Why did they make such a big deal out of her? Like, there's merch, and stuff for this character, and they made a big deal about it, with, like, the big little confrontation between Finn and her, and it didn't, again, not a lot of payoff, right? It would have been more interesting if Finn died, honestly. Since they made such a big deal out of this one character that didn't have anything. There was no cool thing with her. Like, she was a stormtrooper general that probably trained Finn, but then that was about it. We don't even know. Like, there's no confirmation on that, right? There's not a lot of character development. The general of the Resistance, who, like, took over for Leia, like, confusing me, right? You hide your plan from everybody and from Poe just for no real reason. And I feel like it would have been better to have Admiral Akbar as the general in that movie, because everybody loves Admiral Akbar, right? He's part of the meme, So if you had General Akbar, or Admiral Akbar, sorry, take over for Leia, you would have had a familiar character that we all knew much more about, we all know and love. And at the end, if he did the same thing with the light speed, it would have been a much better end to what he had, right? Admiral Akbar just dies when the little thing gets blown up. It's like off screen. Like, you don't even see him actually die. You just recognize that he was in there and now he's gone, right? If you had him survive, like, just have him somewhere else in the ship, right, and have that lady in there instead, then we all get Admiral Akbar running the ship, and you're like, yo, it's Admiral Akbar, our boy, right? And then at the end, it would have been a much better end, in my opinion, for how he goes out. It's like an honorable death, he's like doing something for the rest of the Resistance, but that's not what we got. It's not. And then Luke, I didn't like Luke. I agree with Mark Hamill on his opinion. He talked about it. He said that the Luke in The Last Jedi wasn't the real Luke. Like, he was just running around being a bitch, sucking on that milk. I didn't like that scene. That made me uncomfortable. With the whole, like, Force Ghost thing, I mean, it seemed like a little bit of a cop-out. I understand it, though. It worked out. But it just seemed, like, kind of dumb at the end, how he just kind of, like, fades away. Like, just, he's gone, Like, there wasn't a lot of, again, payoff. That's probably my biggest issue with the movie, is there's not a lot of payoff. Now, let's get into Rey. So Rey is a good character, but the big thing that everybody wanted to know, and everybody was theorizing about, was who was Rey's parents, right? And like, everybody's like, yo, her parents, like even Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley, in like a little, like, red carpet little interview, she had said, like, I thought whoever her parents were obvious, right? So at that point, we're all thinking, like, oh, then we must know who these people are, right? Because there's no way to find out parents without, like, having some kind of knowledge of who these characters would be, right? And then Like, again, there's no, like, Kylo Ren could have been lying when he said that her parents were nobodies, but if he's not, again, there's no payoff. There's none. It was such a big deal in the Star Wars community who are Rey's parents. That's the big one. People are saying, like, yo, it's Luke, it's Obi-Wan, it's the Solos. Like, it was such a big deal. And then that was it. It was just like, oh, I'm Disney and I'm gonna say, oh, who are Rey's parents? It's, whoa. And it's like, ha-ha! Fucking idiot. A lot of her plot was finding out who her parents were. Like, you know, the whole scene with, like, the mirrors and stuff, right? That was to find out who her parents were. A lot of buildup was there. And then, again, no payoff. I think that's why a lot of people were disappointed with this movie. And like I said, it's why I was disappointed. Is because a lot of the things that people wanted to know were either answered poorly or not answered at all, or just nothing came out of it. And also, you know, you get more bits with, like, her, like, going to the dark side a little bit with, like, that vision into, like, that pit, right? And like, ooh, dark side, what's going on? And then again, it's like later on, it's just nope, I'm a Jedi, go me. Yeah, forgot a thing to talk about. Another Bones pick. Snoke. Again, pay off. Nothing. Everybody's theorizing. Who's Snoke? What's going on with that guy? Who's Snoke? Is that Mace Windu? Who knows? It could be anybody. And then you get into the movie, and then what happens? He talks to Kylo Ren for a bit, and then he dies. Yeah. And now, for the best part. Memes. The Last Jedi has a superb meme integrated. Ben Swolo. Woo! I love that meme. It's died out a little bit now, but when it was in its prime, that was a good ass meme. Now you might be asking, what's an ass meme? Let me tell you, this meme was good. All the edits where, like, they would just blow it up, and then even Disney even released a full HD screenshot from the movie of Ben Swolo. Like, you know it's good when, like, the company that made the movie released a full HD image to help the fans, right? Good stuff, really good. A lot of good stuff came from that meme. You know, you got the little monkey haircut meme that I had to do it to him. You know, other, like, multi-layered Star Wars memes, you know. Is that a moon? That's no moon. Cut to Ben Swolo. Boom! Layers. So, all in all, it's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed myself. It was a Star Wars movie. I knew going in that I would enjoy it. I knew no matter what, I was going to be satisfied for my Star Wars cravings, so I would go and watch it again. But yeah, as I said, 6 out of 10. It was above average, but there were a lot of issues with it. There were a lot of characters that were underdeveloped or just didn't have any payoff. Plot points were good. The plot was good. It was Star Wars again. But yeah, I think there was a lot of missed opportunity with what they could be doing, and I mean, who knows? Maybe that's a big setup for Episode 9 that we just don't know about yet. But yeah, overall, good Star Wars movie. I enjoy myself. Go on and watch it if you haven't already. Well, if you haven't, it's been, like, spoiled, mostly. Anyway, yeah. Have a good day, and God bless.